So we got the ox up at the Murray. He's doing some renos at the moment. I'll get the ox in just a tick. He's just we're just trying to log him in at the moment. I can tell you this, Dan. I went past the E&S Trading Clearance Centre the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Packed car park.
Yeah, always.
Once again. I'm tipping Kurt with his new hair colour. That's questionable as well. I'm tipping Kurt has lost his mind because they hear what we say.
Yeah.
And people are going down there and putting pressure on Kurt, and he's getting that much attention. It sounds like he's trying to look a little bit better and dyeing his hair.
I will tell you, every time I'm there, I reckon he's done something different with his hair, which I'm not sure is
See, that's unusual.
appropriate.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was a lady, sure, I get it.
Yeah.
Not for a dude.
But anyway, if you're in the area, it's just at the end of Dandenong Road. Go down there. It's right opposite the biggest IKEA you'll ever see. Ask for Trevor. Ask what he is rinsing his hair with. And then absolutely nail him on price. No, show no mercy. Just go as hard as you can. And we say hello to the big fella. G'day, Ox.
G'day, mate. Well, we don't say g'day to Trevor because it's Kurt.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just stuffed his name up.
Why did I, Trevor?
Just on E&S for a moment, can I just say this and a huge thank you? I rang up Kurt because I am renovating up here and we needed a range hood and a dishwasher.
Right.
And I said limited budget, Kurt. Limited budget, understand, regional area. I don't need to be flash. I don't need a Gaggenau or a Miele. $600 for a dishwasher and a range hood.
For both?
Wow.
So not $1,200 bucks, $600 for both.
600 for both. So unbelievable. So thank you to E&S. They were superb. It'll probably get stolen, but that doesn't matter. It's still good the fact that that he's been able to help me out.
Did he talk to you about his hair?
Well, I did it over the phone, but I could just feel through the phone as well there was something going on. There was something going on. But I know why you brought up Trevor. I know because Trevor's the guy that stole all the stuff from my property.
Yeah.
So I'm up here guarding the house.
Yes.
All right. So I banked in for the week. So I said, right, I'm up here for the week. No one's going to steal anything. Then I get up here and I hear he's been remanded. He's in jail anyway.
Are you kidding me? What they finally get him on, do you know?
Oh, yeah. Breaking of IVOs, apparently.
I reckon whatever they got him on, Petty would have been in the front. It would have been.
Yeah. I think he's a bit stiff. You know, when he stole the fire pit and he left coals all the way to his front yard. No, we're not dealing with Al Capone here, are we?
What's an IVO? What's that?
Intervention orders.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Gee, that's a serious one, that one.
Yeah, well, that's not so petty. That's not so petty. Hey, when he gets out, this is why I had Trevor on the brain. Do you reckon you could, help him out a little bit? Maybe put him on as your apprentice? Has he shown any skills or any want to learn something? Because you're quite good. I mean, I'm going to ask you. So I've got a problem at home. I want to ask you about it. Was there any thought to say, hey, Trev, I can help you out here, mate, if you want to learn something. Why don't you come here and help me renovate the house?
It's not a silly question, and I'll tell you why. Because I didn't want to go to E&S. I didn't want to go anywhere for the dishwasher and the range. I thought, Trev, go out and get me one. Go out and find me a dishwasher and a range hood. The bugger's inside. So, in all seriousness, he needs a bit of help. So, if I do see him, I won't be offering him a job, but... Yeah. I might just help him out in some way. I might give him a lift down to the supermarket.
Yeah, okay. Well, while we're talking about renos, I want to talk to you about my deck. I looked down at my deck the other day and...
This is deck. We're talking deck, right?
What do you think we're talking about? I looked down at my deck and, I was looking a bit tired, a bit old, a bit grey, a bit wobbly, to tell you the truth. And I'm looking out the window... And I'm thinking, what the hell can I do to straighten this thing out? Because it's ordinary at the moment. And the astonishing thing is, it's not getting much wear, this deck of mine.
This would be so much funnier if you were not talking about a deck.
So I want to ask you, is there any way you can get the grey out of your deck so that, hopefully someone will look at that deck one day and go, you know what, I wouldn't mind getting out there and jumping up and down on it.
When the wood turns, or it doesn't turn, but it goes grey, that's the look that everyone wants.
Right.
If you don't want that look, what you do is you either sand it back or goon it back,
Yeah.
and then you put intergrain on it.
Yeah. Would the hand sandy work well with my deck?
Oh, Marko, I'm telling you now, the hand sandy will take your deck to new levels.
Now,
if you want your deck up and looking like it's at attention,
yes,
you need to use the hand sandy.
Yeah. It's great news. The hand sandy looks like it's going out to the World Ox now. I mean,
well, it is because Brian Goldberg has saved us. when you've got a bloke in patents who's sitting in the office beside us, nothing gets past Brian Goldberg. So we've got a team here. Yeah. We've got a production team. So we invent.
Yep.
Then we patent, and then we packet the cash.
That's right. That's exactly right. One of the great things about our business style is that we get the jingle going before the product is even made, which I love. I love that about us.
Oh, it's so good.
That's it. So we might do things back to front, but it could be revolutionary. So
all right.
Now the hand sandy, or go out and buy a pair and. I tell you, your deck will be up and about.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if you missed it the other day, the jingle, the new advertising campaign for the hand sandy, let's have another listen to it right now.
Hand sandy, the sanding glow, so handy. Just slip your hand inside the glow and poke with jobs you'll learn to love. It's great for jobs both big and small, and frames or chairs or great big walls. Our sanding glow can smooth them all. Oh, hand sandy.
Hand sandy, the handy hand sanding glove. Perfect for the handy men or handy sandies. So simple and effective. Whether you are sanding an entire pergola or just polishing a few old knobs, you'll have the job handled in half the time and you'll be sitting back with a shandy in your hand. You might even get a sanding ovation. Handy Sandy, the handy hand sanding glove that will make your life just dandy.
Hand sandy, the sanding glow, so handy. Oh, hand sandy.
Can you win a Walkley Award for jingles?
Yeah.
I think you definitely can.
Yeah, for sure. Can you? What about a Logie?
Look, when I think of hand sandy, Logie for sure. When I think of hand sandy, I think of Life Be In It. Two great jingles.
Yep.
Life Be In It took over Australia. I think hand sandy might take over the world.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, you're spot on. Hey, I've got a first world problem. Talking about world.
All right.
A first world problem. All right, well, let's play the jingle. Let's play the jingle.
Every year of every day, thousands of people fall victim to FWP.
First world problems.
I looked at my wardrobe the other day.
Have you got a walk-in wardrobe?
Yeah. I looked at I popped in there and turned the floodlights on, and there was a couple of pairs of pants that were out of order. They weren't in the right colour-coded position.
Oh, come on.
No,
Are you serious?
No.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said to Trish. I said, Trish, for Christ's sakes, there's a pattern here.
You remind me of David Beckham. David Beckham's like that.
Yeah, in that docker.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
don't worry about that. Anyway, so because I was alerted to some clothes out of order, I actually went through and had a look, and I there was some pants in there that I haven't been wearing. So I thought, stuff it, they're out.
They're not tracksuit pants.
No, they're not tracksuit. I don't have tracksuit pants. So I threw them out, and then I thought, well, the time's come. I mean, I need just to regenerate here and get moving.
Have you already got rid of them? Are they gone?
Yeah, gone.
Oh, you should have kept them.
No, mate. Quite a few of them had saggy bum.
I would have given them to Trevor.
No, Trevor wouldn't get around in the saggy bum jeans that I had. You know when you get them at the start and you look in the mirror and you look at your bum and you go, wow, they are superb. They are superb.
Yep.
But after about 2 years of washing and wearing and sitting like we do, it's all we seem to do is sit. That saggy bum appears from God knows where. And every pair of pants that I threw out had the saggy bum going. And that's not on.
Oh, no.
You can't get around like that. I mean, you might as well wear tracksuit pants if you're going to get around with saggy bum stuff.
So what's the first world problem here?
So I went out shopping. Thank you for reminding me. So I went out shopping. And I went, you know what you do? You always take a couple of pairs back to the dressing room. All right, you take this down.
Yes, man.
I went to Gazzy first. In fact, you know where I went?
Of course you did.
I went to David Jones because David Jones has all the brands.
What?
Yeah, it's got all the brands. Otherwise, you're just earmarked for Gazman stuff. So I went to David Jones because I was going to spend a morning shopping.
You went to DJs.
That's where I went. Yeah, had the herringbone bag on the way out. It was fabulous. So I go in there, and there's no 33-inch waist anywhere. So I tried the 32s on, too tight, tried the 34s on, saggy bum. Right? So I'd go to another brand. All right, I'd go down to, Jag. I used to like that, Jag jeans. Go to Jag. Try the 32s on, too tight, try the 34s on, saggy bum. Why the hell in Australia can you not get 33-inch waists or a 35-inch waist or a 31-inch waist? Why can every other country in the whole world, it's where I used to get my pants, there's a 33-inch waist. And not only that, Ox, for blokes like you who demand a longer leg, you can get the 35-inch. You could get a 35-inch waist in a 34-inch leg or a 32-inch leg or a 36-inch leg overseas. Why on earth in Australia, with a population of, what are we approaching, 26 or 27 million, can you not get an odd-numbered waist in our jeans? I think it's disgraceful.
Well, that is a first world problem of epic proportions. You try getting a 44 waist. Like, you can go to High and Mighty, you can go to Target. Occasionally, Gazman have ordered in the wrong pair and there's a 44 there. Mate, honestly.
You're not a 44, are you? Mate, you're heading into elastic waistband territory.
Permanent tracky days.
Thank God for cords.
Yes.
Thank God for the pull-up cord. And I love the stretchy. I love the stretchy waist now.
Yeah. Stretchy jean waistband.
Yeah, stretchy jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so when I had that trouble, I ended up fluking a couple of pair that actually fit. All right, so I took them home. But then, Ox, I took your advice.
All right, here we go.
I jumped on Temu.
Oh, you got it.
I jumped on Temu, and they've almost got 33 and a half. They've got that many waist sizes. It is unbelievable. Yeah. Now, I got some cords because I like jean cut cords, right? I wear them I live in Melbourne. We got a winter town, and cords just suit me. I can play golf in them. You're allowed to do that. I can go to work in them. I don't have to change my pants. Cords just work for my lifestyle. I'm waiting on some cords to arrive. And, mate, they only cost $20 each. $20 each.
Yeah, they're the best.
I couldn't get over it.
Because I'm talking on my phone right now, because I'm up in Wodonga.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned Temu. Guess what just came up on my phone?
No way.
A Temu advertisement. And I'll tell you what it said.
Go on. If it's got cords, I'll be very impressed. And whoever's done that from that marketing team, we need to absolutely headlock and bring them over to Assembled Media.
Temu 100% back guarantee.
Yeah.
100% value coupons. You're a value customer.
There you go.
It says jeans.
It is not.
It says jeans. Temu's listening to us. And now wants me to spin the wheel. Hang on, I'll spin it.
There you go.
Oh, one more chance.
40% off. 40% off, I reckon you'll get.
Now, this isn't punting. Just letting you know. This is not punting.
Oh, yes.
Okay. This is a game of chance.
Yeah.
This is a game of chance. And
what's happened?
Oh, hang on. 50% off. 50% off my next purchase of jeans.
Is it your next purchase or just what's in the box underneath the 50% off? No, I'm always confused about that.
I can choose shirts, shorts, jeans, Thongs. Oh, I tell you what I did. I got Siggo a pair of thongs from there the other day. Size 17. Size 17.
And how much were they?
They were about $12, but it cost me $300 delivery because they came in a boogie bag.
Now, I don't want to put the kibosh on Temu here, but if you're buying jeans for $20 on Temu, does that mean there's some lady in Bangladesh sitting there making them and she's earning like 2 cents?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But that 2 cents in Bangalore goes a long way. Dan.
I think they've given up on Bangladesh. So I think this is the real deal.
Now, I do think we've overlooked a bit of a headline here. I want to revert back a few minutes. Mark, colour coding your jeans and your walk-in your trousers and your walk-in robe. Is that seriously?
Oh, no, that's him too, man.
That's just the very start, mate. That's the very start.
That's shirts. He's got he owns his hankies. He's got his hats colour-coded, his armbands, his headbands.
You know what I did the other day? I've got a shelf where my T-shirts sit. And Trish, who washes my clothes, God bless her, she has been mixing up the crew necks and the V-necks. So I went to the label machine, and I actually went to the trouble of printing out a couple of labels, crew neck and V-neck, and put them in the corresponding piles. So it would make it easy on my darling wife, and she's still stuffing it up. I woke up this morning looking for a crew neck in the dark and got a V-neck. Look.
So even a crack at Trish.
See this? See what's happened here? See what's happened here, Ox? This outfit requires a crew neck just so I can see it through my cord top. And it didn't work out.
The other day I had to go up to Robinvale to go and do a clinic.
Yeah.
And I had to leave really early in the morning.
Right.
So you do.
Yeah.
Which is no problem.
Yeah.
So you get up at 5, you get dressed, blah, blah, blah. Got to the airport, one black RM, one brown RM.
Too good.
Don't get dressed in the dark.
Ox, you have got an observation on country people that we want to hear shortly, and I have got a challenging observation about Mark Allen that I'd like to make to you after the break. So,
Okay.
and it could be it could cause legal issues, Mark.
Why?
Well, you'll find out next. This is the Couple of Blokes podcast with Ox and Marko, and as always, thanks to our great mates at E&S Trading. Make sure to subscribe and you'll never miss an episode, and it'd be great if you could rate and review us wherever you get your pods.
Again, another big thank you to E&S Trading, the clearance centre. Make sure you get down there and just completely hammer Kurt and inquire about his hair as well when you're down there. And if you've got any ideas or any sage advice for Kurt and his hair, feel free just to hand it over straight away. That's actually how you say hello, and it's what's expected.
Yeah. Oh, he would be disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah.
And if Kurt's not there, ask for Andrew because he's just as good a bloke.
Yeah, there you go. Lovely. Love Andrew.
Marko.
Yes.
My accusation. Now, this pod today, Ox is in Wodonga.
Yep.
So that's why he's on WhatsApp.
Yep.
And you're at my joint.
That's right.
So we're sitting in my joint in the dining room.
It's lovely.
And I got a message from you on WhatsApp, a message that you sent to me 6 minutes before you arrived at my joint. Now, the drive to get here is longer than 6 minutes. Now, my question to you, are you sending messages whilst driving?
No, I'm not doing that at all.
Really?
I was sitting
How did it happen?
Well, I got here early. It's a very simple thing. I got here quite early. So I finished at 7:30 a.m. this morning and I hightailed it straight here. I was alerted to something that a friend of mine needed to know. So when I drove to your house, I parked out the front. And might I say, there's a couple of neighbours here that gave me some really curly looks. They didn't know who.
What's the mean
was out
streets?
the front. Yeah, the main streets of Box Hill.
Yeah, they've never seen a Lexus before. In Box Hill. only Fords and Holdens out that way.
So when I stopped the car, I sent the message, whatever that might have been, because I was just, looking for something to do. Then I called my friend, and then I came and knocked on the door where I was greeted with a beautiful apple juice, Ox. One of the best. What's the apple juice? It's just magnificent.
It's a cold pressed apple juice of some kind.
Yeah. And I did see, when it used to be a couple of blokes and a couple of beers, I noticed on the fridge the opener that I gave you all those years ago. See the Australian flag bottle opener?
Did you give that to me?
Yeah, what? Yes.
Oh, really?
That was a gift.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it's the wonder he hadn't re-gifted it, Mark.
Yeah, that's right.
He gave me a gift of a bottle opener.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a terrible gift.
Well, remember, see, I'm a thoughtful person. Every time we turn up,
Couple
we'd
of
have
blokes,
beers
couple
all
of
over the
beers.
place, and you couldn't actually take the beer bottle off.
Okay.
Ox was doing it with his ring. You know how blokes do that?
Excuse me?
Yeah. He'd use his ring to
Bloody
get the
hurt.
bottle top off.
Oh, that ring.
And it hurts. And it hurt.
Oh, okay, so what you're saying is you're not a criminal. You weren't doing it while driving. You were sitting at the front.
Now listen, I have spoken on the phone before while driving, and that
That's all right.
that incident went around the world when I actually crashed the car.
You did.
You might want to.
Hey, you've sent me text messages whilst driving, but those voice ones. where
Yeah, I
you can
voice
talk
it.
into your
Yeah, that's
brain.
right. So I'll do it right now.
You're a,
Hey Siri, tell Ox, how's the weather up in Wodonga? And that message will come to you pretty soon.
Wow.
And so if you do that when you're in the car and you're using Apple CarPlay, then it goes. There you go. It's on the way. Oh,
All
so
right.
you know, I sent it to Neil Oakes. I've sent it to Oaksy. Not Oxy.
Oh, that's very funny.
Too good.
Now, speaking of you being a Wodonga Ox, you have an observation about country people. Now, being very careful here because I am originally from Wollongong, which is sort of country, so
Hey, we're all
I'm
from-
sensitive.
We're all from the country.
Shep.
I was born in Shepparton. Ox, where were you born again? Beechworth or something?
Beechworth.
Oh, that's true.
There you go.
Wollongong's a little city compared to where we grew up.
Actually, it's probably the least country of all of those three.
Yeah, it's true.
So the one thing I've noticed whilst being in Wodonga, and I love the people, like they're all friendly and all that, but I can tell it. I don't want to stereotype people, but I will. If you are riding a bike that is electric or got a motor in it,
Yeah.
like, push bikes with that you can get them now with motors on the
Yeah,
back wheel.
they look great.
And you go like 80 kilometres an hour, whatever.
Do you know that with those electric bikes, they've got some kind of a level in there, and when you go uphill, it knows to switch the motor on. Did you know that?
Clever.
They're unbelievable.
Clever.
Yeah,
Clever.
it's very good.
I think Lance Armstrong had one of those as well.
You wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, so anybody, and I'm going to stereotype it here, anybody who is riding one of those bikes over the age of 18 is doing drugs.
Oh, hang on. So you're not going to stereotype, but that's your observation.
They are drug-using, drug mules, drug
Really?
fiends.
And you
I'm
can
telling
tell
now.
that just by looking.
Why do you think that?
Yeah, and I can tell you one other thing. And if they're not wearing a helmet, they're dealing commercially. Big amounts.
Because they're reckless.
Big amounts.
They're reckless.
Oh,
That's
they
why.
are. We're in a residential street
Yeah.
that is a 50-kilometre zone.
Yeah.
Mate, he pops monos at 70 Ks and he does most of his riding between 10 at night and 4 in the morning.
No, he's a mule.
That's a little
I'm with
sus.
you.
It's got to be a mule.
I am with you. Hey, just on bike riders up there in the country, I don't reckon many bike riders will be wearing a helmet. You know, the ones just getting around the streets. They're not wearing helmets, are they?
No kids on scooters aren't wearing helmets. People on bikes aren't wearing helmets. Motorbikes.
Yeah,
People driving motorbikes are.
Now, you were a prolific bike rider when you were a kid. I mean, you and the Bumblebee.
BMX, Marko.
The Bumblebee, you and the Bumblebee, it's legendary. The sort of tricks you could pull off on that the heaviest BMX bike in the history of Australia.
Oh, God. Don't bring it up.
But okay, but back in the day, if you were forced to wear a helmet like kids are today, would you ride that Bumblebee as much as you would have back in the day? I wouldn't have.
Nah, probably not.
If I had to wear a helmet, I'm not riding the bike.
Okay, so it's like wearing what were those two jumpers you were wearing?
Oh, the crew neck and the V-neck.
Okay, so if you get a crew neck or a V-neck, they're great jumpers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
If you get a helmet that actually looked half sharp, surely there's a helmet. There might be a business idea here. Surely there is someone out there that can come up with a helmet that doesn't make you look like a wanker.
Yeah.
That you can actually look. Do you remember the old stack hat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Stack hat. I haven't heard of the. I haven't thought of the stack hat for 20 years.
Longer.
Who came up with the stack hat? Like, he must have been, seriously, he must have had the biggest head on the planet. Like, it must have been Brett Ebert.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, this big buff head. Well, what about a helmet that actually just fits over your head, that protects you, that looks cool,
Yeah.
that has, imagine you had a Michael Jordan helmet. Everyone would wear one.
See, I understand the helmet if you're riding a bike on a main road where there's lots of traffic. I get it. No worries.
Yeah.
But if you're a kid using back streets, or, when you're on the main road, you get on the footpath and just ride to school, and you're not trying to set land speed records, I don't understand why you would force that kid to wear a helmet. I don't get it.
Because which kid doesn't try and break the land speed record every time on the way to and from school?
Yeah.
Okay, what about this then, Marko? So I take your point, but when you're a kid, if you were like me on a bike, it's impossible to be riding along a road and see a driveway and not ride up that driveway and try and do a jump off the little curvy bit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was going to say to you, man, I've had more crashes trying to do jumps off driveways and jumping over bins than I have driving down the road.
And I want to ask you this question, because I was the same. I was the daredevil of Souter Court Donvale. I would do anything on my BMX bike. Anything. And I have lost that much skin off my knees. I never had one head injury, ever. Ever. You only have a head injury when you're in traffic and you hit a car with your head. But if you're jumping through bins, you don't hurt your head. Did you ever have a head injury?
No, one.
One, did you? Okay, yeah. What happened?
I was riding down Elizabeth Drive.
Yeah.
And I remember it was just before I turned 18, so I was starting to play, almost ready to play AFL footy. I was, being down at whatever.
Yeah.
And so I probably got a little bit heavier than, I was up near 100 kilos.
Right.
So I'm riding the bike. My bike split in half. The frame broke.
Was that the Bumblebee or was it a different bike?
It was a reconditioned Bumblebee. I'd chrome mollied it by that stage. I'd painted it and done it all. And anyway, I'm riding down and the frame broke in half and I went AOT and did about 16 rolls and I had skin off everywhere and I had 6 stitches in my head. If I had had the stack hat on, it might have helped me. But that was, I had one big one.
All right.
Boys, we have got a fair whack of feedback to get through.
All right, let's go.
And it'd be remiss of us not to mention that this is our final show for Season 1 2024.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're off at the end of the show. We're off at the end of the show for 2 weeks.
Hey.
Back on May 22.
Beautiful. Party time.
But in the meantime, feedback.
Righto.
Daniel's written in, hey guys, you talked about TV shows recently where it felt like there was lots of episodes, but there really weren't. There was only ever 15 episodes of Mr. Bean. That was one I always thought there was more of.
Only 50. See, I felt like Mr. Bean was around for 20 years.
I would have thought there was like 50, 60, 70.
Yeah.
But the problem is with Mr. Bean, it was all repetitive. He was just stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Switch on, mate. Switch on. Your car won't fit in a car park. Big deal. Seriously.
So that's where we've come to. We're lining up
Switch
Mr.
on.
Bean, are we, Ox?
Yeah, that's right.
Switch on. He deserves a clip. He's stupid.
Now, family member Sam sent in this pic. Have a look at that pic I sent you guys for you, Ox. He reckons it's right up your alley. This is the pic of a Canadian all-you-can-eat KFC.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly the greatest invention of all time. If KFC went buffet style in Wodonga,
Yep.
I reckon the land speed record of these blokes riding their bikes would be broken. They wouldn't even need a car park. They just need a bike stall to put all the bikes in.
I think they've got to be careful because the last all-you-can-eat fast food chain restaurant that I can remember in this country was Pizza Hut. Now, there was a small period of time.
Nights.
Yeah, that's it. There was a small period of time where Pizza Hut had an all-you-can-eat night, which was Tuesday night. You're spot on. And then, I remember correctly, Pizza Hut wasn't around much longer after that, Ox.
No, it kind of fell by the wayside. I reckon I had a fair bit to do with that. 13 large pieces was my best, plus dessert. Plus they had salads Like Pizza Hut doing salads.
Yeah, it's the
like,
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Remember Sizzler?
What were they thinking?
Yeah, it's Sizzler.
No, Sizzler went under Smorgies. Smorgies, if you wanted to,
Oh gosh.
if you wanted to clear out your sinuses and your stomach and vomit for the next month, go to Smorgies.
But they did have a talking owl.
It's Smorgies.
Yeah, they did. Talking owl. The one on Warrigal Road had a talking owl.
Well, when you walked in or next...
Yeah, it was a talking owl there.
What would it say? What's your weight?
I don't know
As
what
you're
it's
trying to hook into another piece of garlic bread.
Smorgies were talking. That's Smorgies now, I think, is a nursing home.
Is that right?
It was such a hoot.
Imagine if that nursing home still has a smorgasbord.
That would be funny.
That is a question we need to get to the bottom of.
Ever seen that Simpsons episode where Homer sues the seafood restaurant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all you can eat.
And his lawyer, everybody's lawyer says,
Everybody's lawyer says,
No.
does this look like a man who's had all he can eat? And you can see Homer over there. So funny. Now, speaking of food, Duncan's written in. He heard you talking about Chinese restaurants with bad decor and great food.
That's right.
Mark, you had that there was two next to each other in Paran.
Paran, that's right.
One was called?
The Happy Phoenix.
And the other, you couldn't remember the name.
Something Dragon.
Something Dragon. Duncan said, I used to love going to the Happy Phoenix many years ago.
Yep.
We had 8+ people going, and they would take us through the kitchen to a back room, and it was like eating in someone's home.
Yeah, that's right. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Actually, you were eating in someone's home.
That's right. That's where they lived. It wasn't like you were.
Yes. Wouldn't be there anymore, would it?
I don't know. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll report back. I'm going to Paran today.
Nice.
I'll report back with whether they're still there or not.
Nathan Miller has said, love the pod, boys. I've been a huge fan of yours from the early days on SEN. I miss the Friday pub lunches with KB, Ox and the panel.
But that was so big. Ox, explain those lunches, because I used to get Fridays off because it was you, KB and Mark Robinson, and you put on the same show every single week. You knew it backwards, and it was piss your pants funny. They were so good, Dan. It was so good.
We had between 200 and 500 turn up every Friday. It was at one of the ALH pubs, so let's just say it was, Skyways at Airport West or the Manningham or, all the big pubs around town. And we'd get in there, we'd chat, KB would tell his stories, and for anyone who hasn't ever heard KB speak, he's one of the best storytellers of all time.
Of all time.
His wife, Denise, would turn up to every show and she would laugh at every one of KB's gags. She wouldn't laugh at mine or Robbo's, but she would laugh at KB's.
And God bless Denise's soul too, because she passed on not too long ago. And we loved Denise. She was a superstar.
And we just talk footy, and we'd get a guest in occasionally when the budget permitted, which we got 2 a year. So it was good fun. It was just... We had a ball. We absolutely had a ball for about 5 years.
Yeah, nice. That sounds like fun. Diz Mona has written in too. Geez, I love the pod, guys. The Trevor story cracked me up. To steal a deadly material like asbestos just made my day. Makes me realise there's stupider people in the world than me.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Now, dropping charcoal all the way to his house from the fire pit. That is the best ever.
Very funny.
I've actually got a I've got a porcelain toilet that we've just taken out.
Right.
I'm going to put that on the front lawn. All right. So I'm going to take a photo of it. I'm going to put it on the front lawn. Do you reckon anyone would take a 50-year-old porcelain toilet?
Is it still in working order?
Well, it's not plugged into anything, but it's not plugged. But well, you can sit on it. I think it works.
I reckon the under over will be a day and a half, and I'll go under.
Someone will take it.
All right.
I'll go under.
All right. I'm going to put it. I'll take a photo of it, and we'll put it up on our socials.
Yeah.
And I'll put exactly where it is on the nature strip.
Yes.
And then I'll see if it goes.
It will be. It will be. A message from Reggie here. G'day, Ox. Big fan of your work going back to On Field and On the Air on the Run Home. Gee, that show's improved lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
Ox, I've been trying to find a paper copy of your book. Have you got any idea where I could find one? I much prefer paper, not those ebooks. Reg from Bundura.
Look, Reg, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I will. 38,000 copies sold in under 3 months. They're rare as hen's teeth. It's like It's like Michael Jordan's rookie NBA
Come on.
card. They're rare. They're very, very rare.
Hey, Ox, have you ever, you know how they've got e-books and they've got people who actually read for you? Have you ever thought about reading your own book and re-releasing?
It's done. It's done.
Where you read it?
No, I don't read it.
Oh,
no.
I don't want to hear.
No.
I don't want to hear Dan read your book. I want to hear you read your own book.
I got Arnold Schwarzenegger to read my book. Hello, David Schwartz.
I'd buy that.
You know, I get a check. I still get a check every 3 months for my ebooks.
Oh, what do they call that? What,
The residuals.
The residual. You still get
Royalties.
residuals, royalties.
Yeah. So it works out to be 300 or 400 every 3 months.
Oh, good.
Still.
Unbelievable. That's your slab money.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do another edition. So just put in a couple of, I'll do. So after I have my kids,
Yes.
then I get sacked.
Yes.
Then I go over to Channel 9. Put on 20 kilos. I think I'll sell another 30,000.
I reckon you could.
Yeah,
I reckon
nice.
you could.
You can double those residuals. So there you go, Reggie. Wait for edition 2. Mark was listening last week and he heard you shamefully, I would say, Mark Allen, mention that you have never been shopping. Never done grocery shopping.
No, not with a trolley.
Now, Mark's on your...
No, hang on. Can I? I've gone in and get the milk or the bread or whatever, but I've never used the trolley.
But that doesn't make you
I've
look
only
any
go
better.
in. I've only go in if I can take things home by hand.
Does not present you in any better of a light.
Why? What's wrong with that? I've got somebody at home who's very happy doing all those things. It just makes my
In
life
fact, she would be disappointed if she wasn't allowed to do it.
That's right,
Mark.
Ox. That's exactly right.
I've always said this. You're doing Trish a lot of favours. If it's not the washing, if it's not the grocery shopping,
That's right.
If it's not the cooking, well, what's she going to do?
I'm not going to suck the sunshine out of her life. No way.
No way.
So Mark Kirk is
The
on
little
your
things.
Mark Kirk is on your
You're-
team with this
you're
one. Mark Kirk is on your team with this one. I can understand why blokes aren't keen on shopping. It takes way too long. My wife wants olive oil. I've spent 10 minutes trying to figure out the difference between virgin and extra virgin olive oil.
There's no
There's
difference.
some time I'll never get back. Marco, I'm with you. Leave it to the experts.
Good man.
I don't know what the difference between those two things is.
My kids are doing it. My kids go shopping now.
You make your kids go shopping.
Yeah, no, they want to go. They're happy to do it. So Coops and Indy, they're straight.
Good on them.
Here's $200. Make sure you go to Aldi, good but different, and get down there and shop all day.
I don't mind doing it. I'm a bit of a meanderer, whereas Jay is a bit of a she's in and out. So-
No, mate, shopping's a meal for you. We know that about you.
come on.
You go there at lunchtime,
Okay,
not the
no,
shop, but
not-
actually have lunch.
Mate,
When was the last time you went shopping, Dan? You put on 4 kilos. And grapes.
Speaking of grapes, Marco is sitting with me right now, and in the fridge, 3 metres from here, is a bag of grapes. Should Marco eat a grape
No,
box?
no, I don't want to throw up on the
No,
floor.
when we do this fruit thing with Mark, we're going to raise money for charity.
Oh, yeah,
it's
good.
going to be a fair dinkum big thing. We have to raise some cash.
Okay, a couple of last bits of feedback here, and then we have a business idea that somebody wants to suggest, and they want a slogan for Ox from
Right.
you.
Okay.
But first,
All right.
Simon said cooker came from the movie Fatal Attraction. We're talking about you being called a cooker last week or week before.
What, a bunny burner?
I don't think it was cooker. I think it was bunny boiler.
Yeah, that's in that show.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day. Still quite good.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. And
I looked back at it the other day too, and I remember Glenn Close. I thought Glenn Close was younger.
yeah, she's not. I'm with you.
No, she was a golden oldie in that one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gee, a lot of blokes thought about that, thought twice. It was actually a great movie for women around the world.
It is good going back and watching old movies sometimes. You know what I saw the other day? Happy Gilmore. I watched it again.
And?
Such a good... That's still
It
great.
is good, it is.
It's still great. And how much of an arsehole is Shooter McGavin?
Oh, he's a piece of work.
He's a piece of work.
I don't know how he got to number 1 on the tour.
You were... never got the jacket. Never got the jacket, though. Didn't get that jacket. Quick poll last week, because you were talking, Mark, about guys who dye their hair, and you said, a la Karl Stefanovic, you find it disgusting.
Yeah, I noticed you put Karl Stefanovic and you used his Twitter handle in the poll as well. You
did not.
We're colleagues at 9, you know, Carl and I.
Yeah, we did.
You're making me
You
look
were.
better.
So we wanted to find, yeah, you were. We wanted to find out what the family thought, and here was the family's result. There was 3 options: only okay if it's subtle,
Right.
Why not Die Hard?
Yeah.
And I thought that was quite a...
Yeah, I did mind that.
Yeah, it was
Very
good.
clever.
I like that too.
Yeah.
And I agree with Marko, a disgrace. 17% said, go your hardest diet.
17.
22% said, if it's subtle, it's okay. 60% agreed with you.
That's it.
And they said, don't do it.
Yeah. You're a people's person, Mark Allen.
Can I just give a little tip for blokes out there? And I learnt this tip off my wife and her mates. Is if you want to look 10 years younger, just pluck the grey hairs out of your eyebrows. 1, you get rid of the grey hair of your eyebrows. But 2, you don't get the big shaggy eyebrows that you get when you're old. So it does 2 things. It takes 10 years off your look.
You could have told Alan Stockdale that 20 years ago.
Now, Ox, are you ready to get creative with a slogan here?
Yes, I'm ready.
Matt has written in. This is the last bit of feedback today.
And this is where Ox is at his best.
Oh, he's a gun. Matt has said, boys, I've got a business idea. I'm currently driving to Perth and back. My back has been very itchy at various stages on the drive. What about a seat cover with ripple strips down either side, a little bit of a shimmy, and the itch is gone? All I need is a name and a slogan. And Ox, this is where you come in.
Oh, that is a fabulous business idea. Long haul truck drivers, I imagine you would get an itchy back.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
And if you could just do a little shuffle and scratch that itch, mate, they'll sell like hotcakes. These things.
How many truck drivers would there be? Like 10,000?
It may well overflow into cab drivers and Uber
Well,
drivers.
without trucks, Australia stops. We all know that.
Yeah, okay.
We've seen that slogan.
All right. So okay.
I got it.
You got it.
The seat bitch for the itch.
The seat bitch for the itch. I love it.
Is that the name or the slogan?
No, that's both. It's called the
That's
seat
the
bitch.
slogan. It's called the seat bitch.
The seat bitch.
Okay, yep.
And the seat bitch for every itch.
Is Brian on? We've got Brian onto this already?
Goldberg. Can I? Sorry,
Goldie.
I forgot we're at your house and not at assembled media. I'll call him. That'll work.
Well,
So
there
we
you
call
go.
Brian.
The seat bitch. Love
Do
it.
you think we should introduce Brian Goldberg to our audience?
Oh, at some stage we've got to get Goldie
In
on the
season
pod.
2?
Well,
In season 2, I think we could.
yeah. There's a certain genius about Goldberg, and I think it's lovable geniusy. So I reckon we've probably got a spot for him.
Okay.
Who was the bloke in Tim the Toolman, the bloke who used to put his head over the fence, but we never got to see his
You
face?
saw the top of his eyes or something.
That's exactly how we should introduce Brian Goldberg to this pod. It would be perfect.
An audio version of that, yeah.
Wasn't that great? Wasn't that show?
So good.
Tim the Tool Man, and I see his offsider. What was his offsider name? He does the hose commercials at the moment. You know, the hose that it says you put this hose in the pocket and it stretches. He's doing all those commercials at the moment. If you're watching, I watch a bit of Fox News, as you might imagine. That's where I lean. That station.
Well, being a cooker.
No, being someone sensible in the world. And
I'm not calling you a cooker, by the way.
those commercials are going around with him. But yeah, that character across next door, when you just go and talk to him about things, was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful TV, that was.
There, guys, before we spin the wheel, this is the final show, as we said, of Season 1, 2024. We will be back live on May 22, which means this is the last joke for a couple of weeks anyway.
All right, well, I'll spin the wheel. I'll have a look at this.
Good spin.
It's a hair joke.
Right. Of course it is.
Who would have thought to
Course
put
it
that
is.
on the wheel? Honestly,
All right. What happened when the barber cleaned up his shop?
I don't know.
He said it felt like a breath of fresh air.
Oh my god! We got one more. Come on, we got to do one good one.
What do you call an Italian cheese with curly hair?
I don't know.
Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, love
Yes,
it.
very
Yeah,
nice.
There we go.
All right, boys.
Lovely.
See you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
And thanks for listening to the Couple of Blokes podcast with Ox and Marko. And if you get a chance to share it with a friend, that'd be fantastic. Massive thanks to the team at the E&S Trading Clearance Centre in Clayton on Dandenong Road. And if you're not in Melbourne, you can check them out online. Some massive savings. Couple of Blokes executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, and sound design from Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. We'll see you next time.